Comfort's overrated.
Talk that talk for me one time. Me and you ain't not the same, that's no lie. Different shit, I be putting it in motion. I got it stacked to the rim, ayy.
3 mountains, 1 record, 60 days.
Damn, I'm cold, I'm so clean. Look at me go, yeah, get on my team. Been on a roll, I got what I
Good,
need.
how are you?
Look at me, I go, look at me, I go.
Okay, so Project Climb Higher is in motion. Tom arrived this week and we have gotten to business, friends. First of all, the day he arrived, I made him go buy a whole bunch of gear. So we started figuring out what he needed for skis, for some of these climbs, so we could get him out there and start training. He had his first ski lesson ever. I even took him up at nighttime to skin up the hill a little bit, which he did awesome. Ski lessons are in action and they're gonna keep happening. This week I did a little self-care. So I had a sound bowl or sound bath treatment, went to a breathwork session, need to keep the mental game real. But I had a big work week this week. So I was in Dallas for meetings, I was in Miami for speeches, showing my son college. Super excited this next week. We're gonna have way more time hiking and climbing. We did get out on Lamb's Canyon, which you have to park by the highway right now instead of by the trailhead. And the first time we went up, we were way underprepared. I did not know there's gonna be that much snow there and we need snowshoes. So we had a post hole for a while. So then we ordered snowshoes. Those arrived in the mail. We tried them out and then it rained in between the first time and the second time we went to Lamb's Canyon. So way less snow the next time, but we still were glad that we had the snowshoes and we had to punch out about a mile of the track. So things are in motion, feeling good. Now if we can get the Groms to practice, we'll all be in a better situation.
I love big projects. So Project Climb Higher kept running in the background to the point where I couldn't ignore it anymore because I love training for something. I love learning about myself and pursuits of things, and I love challenging my edges. So this was a way to do that. Look like a fat little pig eating.
Yeah. Snacks. So how many times have you done this trail?
So I've done this trail a lot. And the reason why is because on this trail, you can go up and down 2,000 feet, or you can go up the front side, down the back side, up the back side, down the front side to get 4,000 feet vertical without a ton of distance. And a lot of times when you're climbing big mountains, it's less distance and more vertical. So this reflects more of a Stairmaster than a gradual trek. It gets you away from the noise of the highways and the world and just brings you way back into the wilderness. And I love it. Woo! So we're a couple months away from Mont Blanc. I'm out here training today because this climb is going to be very challenging for me. And the reason why is I have to hold myself together and my 3 sons together in a challenging environment. So I know there's only so much bandwidth to be able to handle all of that. So I'm getting myself as physically prepared as possible so I have more mental bandwidth to handle me and 3 boys. They're going to be doing that for the first time ever.
And do you feel like at the moment you are kind of aligned and handling that, or is it, you know, on the edge of chaos?
I think I'm in a good space right now, but with what's coming into my future, with other commitments with work and different pieces, I can see myself getting out of alignment. So I'm trying to front load as much as I can so I can handle what's coming up.
How much more of this hike we got to go?
We don't know how much more of this hike we have to go because this hike isn't hiked out. And so all of a sudden I'm leading on a trail that kind of looks like a trail, but I will promise you that it does not look like a trail in a little bit. So we're gonna see what happens when we get there.
Let's do it. We're copping some pretty deep snow.
A little bit of snow today, friends. It's called winter hiking. A little bit of snowball.
that is. That is almost waist deep on me. I'm over 6 foot. Jen is like 5 foot.
Jen is up to her buns and snow.
Zero trail, way more snow than advertised. Started raining. No snowshoes. But we're doing it. We'll see. You got no legs.
Legs optional. Legs are optional.
This is definitely what actual training looks like.
Yeah. If anybody wants to know what training looks like, it's this. It's thinking you're in one condition and you're actually in another. And it's swimming and digging your way uphill because there's no trail. All right, today we are celebrating a massive failure. I thought for sure this trail would be hiked out and we would need micro spikes, and I was wrong. We need snowshoes. We are sinking to our thighs in the snow. We've been going for over 3 miles and we have lost the trail entirely, and I'm sick of pulling my legs out of these post holes. So we're calling it a day. We're gonna go buy some snowshoes and come back. As much as we try to make a Barbie, it just really isn't.
This is the real mountain Barbie.
Yes. I didn't know we were going swimming. We're swimming in snow today. Who skis when you could swim in snow? So for me, the mountains are these big giant things and I get to be this small person. And so it just gives me that perspective of like zooming in and zooming out on life. And when you change different perspectives to things you're looking at, you get different solutions. So for me, that's why clarity comes from the mountains, because I just get time to walk with my thoughts and be with my thoughts and look at them from different angles.
Oh, and what about smaller day hikes like this? Do you get something similar from that?
Small day hikes like this just recharge my batteries and like let me feel good and bring joy into the rest of my day. Woo! Okay, so we did not have success in reaching the summit, but we did learn a few things. One, remember to download the map before you go, even if you know the trail. 2, it's a good idea to test the trail before you bring other people on it, because it might be in conditions that are not suitable for other people, like today. And 3, make sure that you bring somebody fun along on the trail so you can giggle at all the crazy.
There was a lot of crazy.
There's a lot of crazy today.
How you feet feeling?
My feet are soaking wet, and yes, they're not waterproof boots. That's okay.
And then they tested me for strep, and then they tested me for the flu. They said they'll be right back, and they came back like 25 minutes later, so I just took a nap.
Good.
And then
Okay.
when I walked out of the doctor's office, I couldn't even drive for like 5 minutes because I was just gagging on the side of the road.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
terrible.
All right, I love you, and I'll see you in a little bit.
I love you, bye.
Bye.
This is reality, right? You're training for your own missions, and you've got work, and you're flying off, and one of your 7 children is rather ill.
Ill, yes. It's the flu season at our house, because one will get it, and then I'll go to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and that's just part of it. And luckily, they are all good troopers, even when they're sick. So I'm grateful for that.
One of the first things I'm going to do in week 2 is buy nail polish so I can paint everybody's gear their color. So then when we get to a location and someone can't find their snowshoes, they don't steal somebody else's. And we're like, no, you were yellow. We can't find the yellow ones. You didn't put them away like you were supposed to. So we're going to start marking gear so that people stop confusing their gear for somebody else's.
Cool. Let's do it. Week 2.
Week 2.